So we're on Prussia, second last one. Commonwealth is next. Currently they are making nearly no money from trade because they're getting it in subsidies from Hamburg, which they're transferring to. And I would recommend just falling behind in Diplotex forever and ever. Tech 18. They need to go to the next one when they get Tech 18, honestly. But, you know, just stay 2 behind every time and just spend Diplo on provinces. Their army, it needs to be bigger. The thing they need to build is force limit buildings. That's the main building they need. Because in the end, again, they are Hamburg's army. Hamburg should fund them the money that they need to maintain this. Fort maintenance, yeah. They should probably get another fort over here in Königsberg. Just so it's just another line of defense here. They don't really have enough room for 2 lines. They weren't able to grab the gold mine. They can state stuff. I don't know if this is worth keeping. It's making 0.21 ducats, but like, depending on his relation with Sweden, just sell it back as like a sign of good faith, you know? Or if you want to kill Sweden, release Denmark. Maybe not release Denmark. Yeah, maybe not release Denmark. Okay. Also, he needs to accept these Saxon and Danish and Westphalian, or become an empire. Like, yeah. He needs more army tradition. He needs... what can he get? I would assume he hasn't got defensive yet. So next, if he gets defensive ideas, that's another +1 to army tradition. Which, why do I say that? Well, because, as you just saw over here, with full 100% army tradition, he'll be getting 0.1. It just basically means he doesn't have to spend as much. It also increases morale, effectively. He nearly has as much as Russia, as is, which is great, seeing as he doesn't have, what's it called? Defensive ideas, but he has that much because Russia has the 15% from defensive ideas and the 5% from their own national thing, so he has the same modifier, essentially. He needs more power projection, which he needs to rival his people. Last stage objectives. Yeah, he needs to rival his people and embargo. So, Tunis, Milan, he needs to embargo these people. He needs to insult them, which, let's hope he has one. Okay, so let's send an insult over here. That's 10. Let's send an insult here. Now he has 35. Let's see, 6.15. It should go up a little bit, I think. The loss of prestige. Does it cover? If it's 7%, it's 10% at 100, so it's 1% per, while here it's not. Okay, maybe not. Maybe don't use the scornful insult, just the normal insult, because the... No, you can still get the extra leader from next month tick. You'll get an extra, you'll have the ability to have an extra leader. Let's look at the government reforms. Obviously, Prussian monarchy, all that jazz, absolutism, elite, etc., etc. Manpower, which you need for Prussia. 10% tax is never worth it. Manpower, because even if you go big, you need manpower to fund your quality armies, because you aren't typically going to go quantity until late game. Or you can go early game and just have, yeah. Again, I'd have decentralized bureaucracy, because you get those extra, so you can accept these 3, then I guess, yeah. But if you kill, for example, if you kill Poland, this is, have you accepted Polish culture? No, you haven't. So yeah, this is all Polish and Sicilian and Ruthenian, etc. Like, this is culture that you don't have, that you would likely need one extra slot for. Yeah, I definitely accept the Saxon. Finish recruiting your units, which is 15. So, how much cannon do you have? Cannon isn't your thing. Your allies will be supplying cannon, or they should. Like, Hamburg is the one that should be just going, like, his entire army is cannon, and he just follows stacks around. Because you don't want more than the force limited cannon, really, per army, because cannon doesn't really take damage, so there's no point having that many reinforcements for it. The main reason you have extra cannon is for siege stacks, so 15 more troops here. That's that done. I'd get rid of the cav when you can, just because it's costing more, and you could get, again, I know you have that support, but you get the extra combat effectiveness with this fire damage, right? 30% extra fire in combat, and shock. Like, you lose out on the shock, but you get what I mean. This is 223, please tell me you're using Moroccan, yep. 223 compared to 132. So, like, you want more infantry because it'll soak up more, it'll deal more morale damage, it'll deal more fire damage, it'll take less morale damage, and it'll take less fire damage. No, it'll take the same morale damage, but it will take less fire damage, which is much better in my opinion. Again, I'm going to be making a combat vid where I've brushed up on everything to the fucking science of it, you know? Just looking up here, I can see that he's probably done his estates properly. He can get, what is it? Let's just go mill real quick. So at max, he gets 10% discipline, 20% manpower recovery, and 20% off land maintenance. And it will, how much is this? 100% at -3, at -0.6 per month. So if we get a calc out, calculator, 100 divided by 0.63 is 158 months, so if you divide that by 12, you get 13 years. 13 years, and this will disappear. This will go back down to 0. And it costs, it's 50 per, so let's load back the save real quick. I forgot that cost. Unlike other nations where, like, when you have excess mill manpower, you spend it on deving, so that way you get the manpower. Yeah, this is a very bad German accent. It's 50 per. I'm smart, man. It is 50 per 10%, so it's 500 mil points for 10% discipline, which in big fights is definitely what you want. Also, I'd take this immediately. I know it's giving you 15%, it's just giving you 15% less tax, 15% less manpower, and let's be honest, tax and manpower, actually no, tax isn't, but it will become, again, you need Pomeranian as well, because this is all pretty high dev land. God. Pomeranian Westphalian. Yeah. Especially if you, no, you're only taking one more Westphalian province. This is Rhinish as well. So I assume this is Westphalian? Yeah. So I'd assume you'd be selling this province to Hamburg, even though it is making you a ducat of income. So maybe not. Yeah, so if you accept it, it will get that 15% extra efficiency there. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Yeah, basically I'd focus on accepting everything over 10, and even, no, I'd just focus on accepting these 3. after you tech up once, because after you tech up once, it'll be a while before you do Miltech again. And the next idea group I think you should take is it's either quantity, defensive, or aristocratic. Why aristocratic? Well, one, it gives you things. This is not one of the things. This gives you 33% manpower, reduction on that army tradition decay, which means more morale, lives without upkeep, which means, you know, another leader. Mercenaries, which means, you know, if it comes down to it, you can start spamming out their mercenaries. Leader siege is always nice, and yearly absolutism, that's the local nobility. Someone has it. Someone has it. Who has it? Who has it? Who fucking has it? Someone fucking has it. Someone took aristocratic ideas. No, they didn't. No, I'm going insane. Shut up. Shut up, you're not real. Yeah, so 10% yearly 0.10 yearly absolutism, and the biggest one, military tech cost. So 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the main things you want it for. And leader siege. Then the things with it, right? Production efficiency and the innovative, and this is 20% production efficiency, which will be your main source of income apart from subsidies. So again, yeah, I'd probably go with this aristocratic or quantity, because you need the 50% force limit. Yeah, I'd get the quantity for the 50% force limit, or this for these four. These four, 50% manpower, 50% force limit. The rest of this, that one maybe. That, yeah. Quantity, they're both very good. It's personal opinion. Quantity right now will give you fort maintenance, garrison growth, useless, development cost and land force limit, again. So that's a more economic path. This one's a more military, or also economic. Fuck me. I go aristocratic, trade, quantity. Why trade? Because one, it allows you to get more merchants, push more money around into this final node where Lubeck will have the more power. Like, the more power you have, because you're transferring, I assume, 50% over, the more power they'll have. States, again, there's only 2 estates. You have this vassal down here, which is currently fighting separatists. Palatine Mainz. That's Mainz. Wurzburg. Oh, so I assume Wurzburg just got killed. Yeah, they probably just did, didn't they? Or they just rose up. Yeah, that doesn't seem right. Yeah. This expansion, I have no idea. I don't know the HRE Diplo, so I can't comment on this, even if I wanted to. I assume either Prussia's getting this, or the Dutch are. I would assume Prussia, with Prussia getting this, and this. Franconia, Hesse, definitely Prussian. Again, Lower Swabia and Palatinate. Actually, I'd say Palatinate here. Prussia will likely be a divider between the three. Ulm will be getting Lorraine, and the Dutch will be finishing off the North Rhine, Lower Rhineland, and Westphalia. And no one wants to demilitarize the Rhineland. Let's look at this. Taxation, mostly built everywhere, good. Just a few provinces left, which is fine. Again, it'll increase once you accept the cultures. This, I'd say, kind of your main focus, but also you've been building this. I was going to say you had a fairly large for North Germany, fairly large production income for North Germany. I'd still keep building these. These are the most effective ones. They take the longest. So yeah, churches and manufactories. Again, manpower. I'd go force limit though, over everything else. I'd go force limit. And then yeah, force limit and aristocratic. Force limit buildings and aristocratic ideas, so that way. Cool. Yeah, so go aristocratic ideas next. Regimental camps. And you don't need any of these. You need 5 universities and then stop, unless you want to keep deving. Yeah, Again, there's too much complex diplomacy here. I don't want to even try to do anything. I don't want to try and say what you should do. Yeah, make sure you're getting the correct deal out of this, because if you had 50% more trade power, right, does it say, 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 does it say? No, no it doesn't say. Fuck. Yeah, I'd say just that'd be the one thing that you really have to figure out. That, your opinion on Russia, Commonwealth, whether you want to try and form some HRE rebellion, take over the seat, go after Sweden with Russia, etc. Again, I'm not going to give any actual knowledge that I know about them away, and I don't actually know much about their game plan. Anyway. Yeah, apart from this. And I assume this just because that'd make the most sense. Yeah, these orders would make the most sense. Yeah, cool. Now it's just Commonwealth. F8, I think it stopped.